What is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, on point reviews all day every day. Welcome back yet again. It's a great morning, and today we are going to talk about a fragrance that comes from, again, the Galleria Parfums release. And again, why am I hammering hard on this right now? Well, number one, there's a lot of curiosity about it, and the way I'm going about it is it depends on my own curiosity and your curiosity. What I hear on the street, I'll go on that order. So we started with Cognac Cafe, and then after that we did Victorian Tobacco. This is all by demand, and then Moving Times. Okay, so after that I ascertained that the one I wanted to talk about today was By the Yuzu Grove by Galleria Parfums. And I do want to thank Ashton from Gents for sending this discovery set to me. But more importantly, what I do want to thank him for is being available when I want to ask questions. Okay, just remember, guys, one of the key things in life is to always be a white belt. Okay, once you have told yourself that you're a black belt and you're gonna feed into that ego, like literally you learn nothing. Okay, and in my opinion, I do always see myself as a white belt no matter what. So I love asking questions, and I'm really thankful that Ashton is there when I ask questions about these fragrances. So By the Yuzu Grove, we're going to talk about this today. What is the scent like? How does this progress? What can you expect? And of course, I talked to Ashton about this stuff, so a lot of my curiosities he pretty much answered. So I'm pretty set on this one. So hang on tight, guys. Let's hit the music. Okay, we're back, guys. By the Yuzu Grove by Galleria Parfums. Let's go spray this right now. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so By the Yuzu Grove, guys. Okay, the first thing that pops up once you smell this one, and it's probably one of the most likable notes here, is basically that lemon peel. Okay, and it's basically like the inside of like a lemon peel, like the skin. And you know, I do have an orange tree here in our house, and so I do eat a lot of oranges from our backyard, you know, that we take in. And yeah, this one right here, it smells very, very photorealistic to what this peel smells like. The inner part here of the skin, that's basically sort of what you get, okay, from the get-go. And it's really nice. Okay, it's really different from, say, like lemon or bergamot. Okay, so I really like this lemon peel part of the opener. Afterwards, guys, you're gonna get ginger. Ginger comes in, and it's a zing that continues on. And the reason why the ginger is there is because it gets matched with the yuzu, obviously. And the yuzu, guys, it is a Japanese lemon. Okay, but the thing about yuzu is that it has mostly grapefruit style properties. Okay, so the ginger really, to me, goes well with grapefruit. I've seen it in multiple fragrances I've reviewed in the past, and it really goes well with it. Okay, so the yuzu and ginger. Okay, now there is a yuzu cocktail accord, and I mean, I talked to Ashton about this, and he said it himself, like it's mostly like just like a tropical twist to the yuzu, but nevertheless it's not a focal point. So it's not like there's any cocktaily type, you know, booze type parts here. Okay, mostly it's gonna be that yuzu, and it's gonna be really that grapefruit. You know, it's more grapefruit actually as it continues. Okay, but nevertheless, like I said, first part, guys, really wonderful lemon peel, and then ginger, and then yuzu. Okay, real deep, strong yuzu. Now there are mandarins here as well. In my opinion, they play in the background. Yuzu slash grapefruit is going to be the star of the show in this fragrance, obviously, just by the name. As this continues, guys, I mean, the yuzu, deep, strong, continues on with the ginger, guys. In my opinion, the lemon peel kind of backs off at this time, and then it gets kind of green in the middle. Okay, you're gonna have some olibanum, and then you're also going to have clary sage, and then there's like nutmeg. Okay, but to me, I mean, the yuzu is just so dominant here. Okay, whether it's the yuzu accord, cocktail accord, the yuzu itself, the lemon peel, the ginger. I mean, that's just the strongest, and it actually like spills over to the mid. Okay, so really what you're gonna get in the mid is like mostly like green notes. It's sort of like a green part of the yuzu. So you're gonna get that lemony grapefruit yuzu, but then a little bit of that greenness. Okay, there's also Sichuan pepper here, but in my opinion, it's not like black pepper or pink pepper where it gets spicy, you know, by all means. It's really not, guys. Okay, it's not going to be peppery, that's for sure. This note, to me, I don't know, it doesn't exist so much. Okay. Now on the mid part, guys, I do detect Ambroxan. Okay, I do detect Ambroxan. Now I asked Ash about this stuff and I said, man, is there Ambroxan in this? Okay, official word is that the perfumer who actually made Reflection Man, okay, he didn't write the note that, you know, there's Ambroxan here, but they did make a point to boost its performance, okay, past the 4 hour mark. So the original formula kind of stopped at 4 hours, but they boosted it so it would go past that. And he said it himself that he wouldn't be surprised if Ambroxan was part of this stuff because, yeah, I mean, I really detect Ambroxan here as well. I detect a lot of Ambroxan, sort of to add to this ginger yuzu grapefruit combination, and actually it's just a perfect match, and I'll tell you why later. Okay, now going to the dry down, guys, it gets woody, so you're gonna have cedar, sandalwood, woody, and the leather that you'll see on the note breakdown. Okay, for those that are afraid of leather, you know, it's really not gonna stand out. Okay, it's not any type of leather that's like, you know, with leather fragrances, guys, where it's like, you know, you can smell it smells like a briefcase or like a wallet or like a, you know, brand new upholstery. Nothing like that. When I did ask Ash about this stuff, I said, man, I think that the leather is embedded in the woods because really I don't even really get it. It's just slight. That's exactly what he said. So he was gonna amp up the leather suede, but because the woody notes sort of made more sense, the woody notes were the ones that were stronger. So I was correct. So it's basically more woody notes on the mid to dry down here, guys, or headed to the dry down rather, with some little leather, you know, in there, but I wouldn't say it's like leathers on top. Finally, in the end, you're gonna get vetiver. Vetiver starts popping up when the ginger and grapefruit starts backing off, and it becomes vetiver, and then eventually it's just vetiver. Okay, it's just vetiver at some point. So performance on this definitely, I think, is, yeah, it's good. It's a good performer, you know. And again, I smell Ambroxan here. Okay, and longevity, to me, this one lasted probably, it's like 6 hours, 7 hours. So this one I really want to address, and this is something that was commented by a subscriber. So he said a couple things. Okay, number one, he said that this was a clone of Sedley, and that the other one, Shades of Seduction, was like a clone of Leighton. And then I also heard some crazy rumors that these are Armaf oil. Okay, I gotta say, man, sorry, but this is not Sedley whatsoever. Okay, it's not Sedley, and it's not a clone. All right, I don't think Francis Kirkland, the guy that made Reflection Man also, and Sydney, the one that made Black Phantom, I don't think that they would work with Armaf oils, or they would work with the objective of cloning a fragrance that's really already out there. that's just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Okay, and really, this rumor that's been passed on, unfortunately, comes from some really not so reputable people. Okay, I know who they are, and it's just crazy. It's utterly crazy that people would say that this stuff is basically like a clone of Sedley, and of all things, Sedley. Come on, man. You know, it's not Sedley whatsoever. Okay, there's no mint in this. There's no lavender in this. There, just because Sedley has grapefruit and this one has grapefruit, it doesn't mean that it's a clone of Sedley. That's ridiculous. Okay, now, couple things from there. Okay, there is a fragrance that I would say this resembles. Okay, I'm not gonna say clone because it's not. Okay, but you gotta understand that with the amounts of fragrances that you know it's out there in the market, I mean it's bound to happen that there are gonna be some similarities. I mean, some of these perfumers are just like, you know, artists. You know, there's a limited set of colors in their palette. You know, let's say they were artists, like, you know, painters. There's like a limited set of paint on their or the limited set of colors on their palette, and then all they really do is to blend certain colors together to come up with different new colors or shades or hues. And that's really what happens here. You know, I mean, the ingredients are the same. It's just that you add a little bit of this, you know, you subtract a little bit of that, you mix this with that, you blend this with that, and then you've got your creation. But it doesn't mean that it's grapefruit that suddenly it's Sedley. That's just utterly ridiculous. Now, there is a fragrance to me that reminds me of this, and I've been reviewing that. I mean, I have been wearing that constantly, and that's why it really reminded me of this. And that fragrance is Bulgari Tiger. Bulgari Tiger, folks. Okay, and I did make a dual review on that, Enter the Tiger, and then shortly after that, my friend Juan from Fatboy Fragrances also sent me the real one. Okay, and that sort of reminded me of this one. And if you look at Tiger, you've got grapefruit as the main note, and then you've got Ambroxan and woody notes, and that's it. That's what comprises Tiger. With By the Yuzu Grove, if we're talking about the imprint, the one that makes the most, you say the most noticeable part of By the Yuzu Grove is the yuzu, which has grapefruit properties, and then to me, I can smell the Ambroxan, and then the woody notes at the end. Okay, so to me, that's the similar one. It's actually Tiger. It would be absolutely crazy to say, you know, let's make a clone of all things, Sedley and Layton. I mean, are you telling me that you went through all of that to create a clone of something that everybody already knows about? I mean, really, if okay, devil's advocate, if I did something shady like that, actually, it's not even shady. I mean, dude, Electimus does it. But anyways, if I did something like that, wouldn't you think that I would make a clone of something that is wonderful, but not a lot of people can access it? Wouldn't you think I would do that? That's what I would have done, is to find an awesome perfume that not a lot of people have access to, take that formula, put it on, and then have people like me and take the credit. That's, I mean, devil's advocate, I would have done that. But to say that it's a Sedley or it's a Layton, something that everybody knows about, that is just flat out ridiculous. Okay, that's ridiculous, man. So yeah, I just had to get that off my chest. But otherwise, this to me is pretty much like Tiger, but the difference is, like I said, it's got that wonderful lemon peel part, and then it also has that vetiver end, in my opinion. Everything in the middle kind of smells like Tiger, to be honest. I don't feel like the olibanum was even strong enough, or even the nutmeg was strong enough to beat out this yuzu ginger concoction. You know, I don't think so, man. And so basically in the end, the imprint that was burned into my mind was like Tiger. And Tiger is a great grabber, by the way, but it's $300. It's like 300 something bucks. And to compare, since you guys are with me, to compare it to the Dua, basically the Dua is a lot more grapefruit. It's like a strong grapefruit. It's like they amped it up basically. The original, if you guys like the original, is actually a more balanced one. There's not a lot of amped up grapefruit. It's just like the right balance on the original Tigar. And I would say on this one, guys, this one's balanced too. It's not like a huge dumping of that grapefruit. You know, you're gonna go through a few motions here with the lemon peel. You're gonna go through sort of like that green part in the middle, and then it's woody, and then vetiver, you know, on the dry down. So it's a really nice alternative to Tigar, actually. This is cheaper than Tigar, $200 for 100 ml. Tigar's, I think, $300 plus. Yeah, this could be a nice alternative to that. And with that being said, this one here is, I wouldn't say this is even like a bright, summery type thing. I mean, this thing, By the Yuzu Grove, you can wear this right now just because it's a curve, guys, because of Yuzu. Yuzu is not lemon. You know, it's not really bright. It curves. It's very tart. It goes into a bitter state at some point, you know. So with that, you know, it's not really like one of those summertime scents in my opinion. Okay, I think it's just a grabber for any weather, even for right now, even if it's cold outside and you just want to smell that yuzu woody notes, green notes in the middle type feel, then definitely try this By the Yuzu Grove. Okay, now again, like I said, this is all a cascade. Okay, so if you look at the order of my Galleria Parfums, you can almost see what I think the top is. You know what I'm saying, guys? Just by looking at the order. Okay, you can almost say, well, what's your top Galleria Parfums, Troy? Well, you can see it now. Okay, so I think that the first three are way better than this, but it really depends. You know, again, I talked to thousands of people at this point, so if you guys are looking for something Tigar-like, check this out. Okay, check this out. And for those that do have Tigar and this, let me know in the comments below if you have tried comparing them. Okay, because to me, that's the one that it's similar to. Okay, it's Bulgari Tigar. Anyways, that's my video on By the Yuzu Grove by Galleria Parfums. Again, I want to thank Ash because I mean he's quick to answer anything I need, man. I mean, thank you so much for being a great person, easy to talk to. Okay, and hopefully I get to meet you one day, like in person, when all this hoopla is done. And let me know in the comments, guys, if there's anything else from Galleria you want me to review. Maybe it's shades of Seduction. I think I only have a few left. So let me know in the comments below, Dusk Till Dawn, if there's something you guys want me to talk about. Okay, but yeah, today it's going to be about the Yuzu Grove. And do not forget, guys, to like and subscribe. Check out the playlist. Check out the other videos I'm going to link at the end of this video. And I hope you guys have a great day. The sun is up. Have a great day. Be safe. Be strong. And wish and pray for a great new year. All right. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Peace.